I'm Zoe with the Calcasieu Parish Public Library, and today we're talking about one of my favorite books from the last few years. Samantha Shannon's Priory of the Orange Tree came out in early 2019, and although I immediately put it on my to-read list, it took me forever to actually pick it up. Of course now, I'm mad I waited so long. Priory of the Orange Tree is a high fantasy novel spanning several continents and told from the point of view of several characters. But if you're confused or put off by formats like this, like Game of Thrones, stick with me for a minute. Queen Sabrina is the latest ruler of Eid Is, and legend says that as long as her line holds the throne, the great and terrible Nameless One will not reawaken. And though she's hardly enthusiastic, Sabrina knows she must marry and continue her line in order to keep her queendom safe. At the same time, attempts to assassinate her are getting ever more bold. Next we have Eid. Eid was brought to the Inish court in secret, and her mission is to get close to Sabrina and protect her. But Eid is a mage from the Priory in the south, a secret society, and though she's using her magic to protect the queen, she would be executed if anyone found out her true identity. Magic is forbidden in this country. Far to the east, Tane comes from a society where dragons are revered. Though the West thinks that they're beasts, Tane knows that they helped defeat the Nameless One long ago. Tane trained all her life to be a dragon rider, and just as her dream is within reach, a stranger shows up on her shores and throws her life into chaos. I know that for a lot of readers, high fantasy can be a struggle to get into. It's the genre most likely to have huge series and the dreaded exposition dump where a ton of heavy lore is thrown at you before you've ever got your bearings. But Priory avoids these pitfalls. This is a chunky book. It comes in at 800-something pages, but it's worth every single one. This is a standalone story, and though there are lots of names and places and lore to learn, Shannon introduces everything slowly and all the characters are instantly engaging. I can and will rant about this book all day long if you let me, so let's move on, and I'll give you an alternative in case you're not in a 1,000-page epic kind of mood. By comparison, Piranesi is tiny. At under 300 pages, Susanna Clarke's new novel is not a fantasy, but more of a surreal exploration of an alternate reality. Piranesi lives in the house, an infinite expanse of rooms and staircases filled with statues of all kinds. And though the house is a labyrinth, Piranesi is a scientist at heart. He has cataloged the statues, mapped the halls, and even documented the tides of the oceans in the lower rooms. He even maintains a journal documenting his life in the house. Twice a week, he meets up with the other, the only other living person in the house. They chat and exchange research before parting ways. But recently, the other has begun to get nervous, and he warns Piranesi of yet another person in the house, who they name 16. As Piranesi searches for 16, he starts to learn the truth about himself and the house. This novel is a weird ride, but it's undeniably enjoyable. If you want an indication of the oddity ahead, you can look up Giovanni Piranesi's Imaginary Prisons, a series of prints which are alluded to in both the title of the book and the name of the character. Though these are both adult fiction, these are two very, very different titles. Mainly, the size difference is what prompted me to pair them together. Regardless, they are both amazing works by well-regarded authors, and I truly hope you enjoy them if you decide to pick one up. I hope you like this book talk, and check back each week for more videos from the Calcasieu Parish Public Library.